and I am back with a truly talented young lady. Her name is Monique Blaize, and Monique is a journal artist, and she has quite an impressive portfolio, if I can put it that way. Monique, good morning, and thank you for coming. Welcome to Chit Chat.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Monique, let's start first off by telling me exactly, I've introduced you as a general artist.
Right.
But I know you do so much more. So give us an idea as to what your love for art has gotten you involved in.
Wow. Well, first began with comics. You know, as a little kid, you know, you love drawing, you like seeing the cartoons on TV. So I always thought, oh, I really want to be an animator and be a part of that. But then, like, I realized that I just love just creating things in art in general. So I went from creating comics when I was like 6 years old. And from writing stories to just doing, you know, my journal art classes with the pencil and charcoal and paint. And then recently I've been moving on to digital art. I really love digital art. And that's led into me doing 3D artwork and just digital illustrations. So I've been involved like almost in just so many like types of media.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting, because I can't say, and hey folks, correct me if I'm wrong out there, we're actually featuring some of your work on screen right now. But I know quite a few artists on Island.
Right.
But in terms of what the depth of what you're getting involved in, and where your creativity really lies and shines through, is impressive. I know we spoke about one of our workers right here in studio, one of our guys. His name is Roger. Roger really is into the animations and all of that. Monique, I know you've recently graduated from college.
Yes.
So now you have a degree in game design and interactive development.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, you know, as everybody said, like just doing general art is just a very hard thing to make a career out of in terms of finance, things like that. Yeah. So while that's something I am very passionate about and I do want to do that, I needed something else where I can, you know, put my art to a more practical use, or in this regards, entertainment. So, and I love playing games, and I decided to, you know, be like a 2D artist to make games. Like I really want to make games for like Facebook or mobile games, and I did a little bit of programming too, so I can kind of be self-sufficient. So I try to, like, I like getting my hands involved in like all little things. I want to know like how this creative process works. So, so that's why I really want to do like the game design program, and I was doing a 3D artwork, like the work you see in like 3D games for the console and the PS3, and it was really interesting.
Fantastic. How much of a challenge is it for you now? Now that you're through with college and all of that, is it a bit intimidating, or are you a little bit like, oh, I'm not sure if I'm going to find my place just yet with doing what I love?
Sometimes, yes, it is intimidating, but I think that's a very important part of being an artist, because you always want to keep making yourself better and moving forward. And I've been told in classes that as an artist, the moment where you feel that you're the best, you're the greatest, that's it. That's when you stop growing. Yeah. So I have to keep pushing myself by saying, okay, you know, maybe this is enough. I look at my favorite artists, I look at people who have been doing this for like more years than I have, and I'm like, I need to reach that level. So I have to keep pushing myself. And it is a little bit intimidating, but sometimes I find hope, because I have been doing some freelance work. I've been doing illustrations for a children's book. I've been doing custom comics and things like that. So I've been doing little things here and there, but I haven't quite gotten that, okay, we need you here for a long period of time. It's usually just contracted work.
Hey, but it's experience that you can add to your resume.
Yes.
So, hey.
Yep. And actually, the ink drawings you were showing were actually a commission somebody asked me to do of a portrait of somebody they wanted to put in a comic style for them in a place in Beijing. So those are actual buildings and things like that I was doing for someone.
Hey, girl, things are happening. Don't worry, it's not a flood. Okay, I want you to tell me about what we're looking at on the screen right now.
That one's another part of a commission I did. That was for an illustration for a children's book, actually. Somebody asked me to do. It's, I'm almost done with it. It was about 70 pages of artwork like this I had to do, showing scenes of what was going on. And it's been 2 months I've been working on it. I'm almost done. So, so that's a scene from the illustration where two kids were stuck on this tall cliff somewhere in Arizona that I was illustrating, and the sun's going down.
Very nice. What would you say is the most exciting part of what you do?
Well, I love the reaction when I get from my clients, because I really like making someone's like imagination come to life as an artist, because as an artist it's really just so cool how you can take something that's fantasy and creative and just put it on paper. So I really like, for my client, for example, like he wants to make his book come to life, and I want to be the person to make that happen. And that's just, you know, like that just satisfies me so much as an artist, you know. And I also like want to make like an impact in some ways. So, you know, my client's happy, and then hopefully kids will get to read it, and that just really excites me, and that's what I really love.
This is really cool, Monique.
That was really interesting. That one, again, like another commission, like it wasn't a paying, it was a volunteer thing I did, and that was for a small game company actually, and they needed some concept art for some characters. It's a multiplayer online game they were trying to do, and they wanted me to do some concept art. So they're like, okay, draw like a magician or draw like ninjas or things like that, and they needed wallpaper if people wanted to download them. So so that's what I was doing, and Cithroy was the name of the company.
How long would it actually take you to complete, let's say, this image? How long did it take you?
I would say probably about an hour, 30 minutes, just about.
Wow.
Hour, 30 minutes. I'm considered more or less like I can draw pretty fast.
That is fast.
And like any extra time is just me like nitpicking over things, like tweaking the colors, cleaning up the line art. But I usually, like I pride myself on trying to get an idea down as quickly as I can.
That's pretty. That's very impressive, Monique. Now, I am not into video games and all of that. I've passed the stage for that, and even when I was at the stage for that, I had no idea what they were about, but I'm still going to ask you a question.
Right.
About video games. And did you have a particular game, let's say style or concept, that you really liked that probably inspired you to, you know, try your thing?
Wow, that one's a tough question. Let's see. To put it in a very general perspective, I really like more like kids games and things that involve a lot of like social interaction. So I really like multiplayer games online where you're playing with an actual person in real life, and you're a wizard and they're a swordsman, you go on an adventure and you're playing with your friend, you can chat with them. And I really want to get involved in games like that because they're really interesting. And also Facebook games are picking up too, which I want to get into. And you know, and like with Facebook games, like it's not just for like the kids or, you know, or like the young teenagers. Like they're trying to make games that like, you know, like mothers and grandmothers can play, just something to just kill time and just interact with other people. Is the next step of where gaming is going. It's not just sitting in a TV by yourself. It's just playing with other people and having fun.
Yeah, and they obviously will be more fun when you interactive with someone that's actually there with you.
Yes.
Now you have a specific piece of artwork on the table.
Oh, sure.
I'd like you to just hold it up a little for me and tell me about this image.
Well, this is like well, like this was in one of my art classes, and it was like a portrait study of a model that came in. And I think this one, because our classes are like 2 hours long, and I completed this one in also like an hour or 30 minutes or so. Then you have to, she has to stay completely still in her expression.
I know.
Yeah, and this was the portrait that I drew of her, and this is one of my favorite pieces because
impressive.
Yeah.
I like it.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, very nice, and her features are quite interesting.
Yeah,
looks
that's
like she's all, I don't know. Was she African American? Or
Yeah.
She was.
Yeah.
But she still has that, I don't know, it just reminds me of sort of the native Indians. She has a very nice face, very interesting face.
Yeah, that's the challenge of doing realism, is you really need to try and capture that face, because capturing somebody's features, there's so many subtle things that's like make somebody's face unique, and it's really easy as an artist because you have a certain style to kind of have that seep in there a little bit, but that's what we practice when we do realistic studies like this. And I think she came out pretty good because she looks like a recognizable face.
Yes. Yeah.
That's good.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
So did you have any, I spotted someone creating a piece with Kirani James. You know, the buzz is still there. We can't get over it.
Yes, I'm just so proud of Grenada. That's just incredible because honestly, watching from America, I was like, oh, everybody knows usually like the Africans usually win all the running races. And I'm like, I don't know how this is possible, but he just like, is just incredible. And like everybody should just like savor that because that's such a part of our history now.
Oh yeah, definitely. Maybe one of these good days you'll get to do a portrait of him. You never know.
Yep, I'm working on it. I just graduated and there's a lot of years ahead of me, and I'm really excited to see where that goes. And I just have to keep working, keep myself active, just keep
in the
drawing.
loop of things. Yeah, just keep pushing yourself out there. I'm a big fan of animated films, and I'm sure that you probably have an ultimate dream of, you know, being part of an animated movie, or anything that any particular movie that you really like in terms of animations. And
Wow, I've been really inspired by like Japanese animation because they approach animation very differently. Like I've noticed that usually, like in America, animation is seen usually just for kids, something that you just put your kid in front of to just quiet them down. But in Japan, it's just such an art, and some of their animations could just be so deep. And what's his name? His name is Hayao Miyazaki, and he did movies like Spirited Away, if anybody's ever know about those. But like his movies are just so gorgeous, and they're so deep, and they have such a like deeper meaning into them, and those really inspired me because I want art or even animation or cartoons to, you know, to like not just be for kids, but you know, for older audiences to watch it and enjoy it and get something out of it.
Definitely.
Yes.
Now you do have another piece directly next to you, Monique.
Yes, this is a painting I did.
Tell us about this one.
This was for my mom for Christmas because she really wanted like to draw a fish. This is oil on canvas, and oil is really interesting work because it's really messy. But I think I might have gotten some on the floor, but oh, now they know. Yeah, but it's like this is like a koi fish, and this is a reflection of grass on the water and some really bright leaves. You can see it's about fall. So this is a very simple piece I did.
So this is Mom's piece. Mom's special piece.
It's Mom's special piece.
So we got to take care of that piece. But thank you, Mom, for allowing us to showcase your piece on Chit Chat. Monique, finally, before we really wrap up here, tell me a little bit about, you know, plans for the future for Monique. Do you see yourself possibly, I don't know, getting involved in working with kids who are just dabbling and that sort of thing in art?
Wow, I don't really know because like I always like to keep things open because throughout my life, every time when I plan or I have an idea, something else happens. And I really don't want to keep any doors closed, and that's why I've just been involved in so many different types of media because I don't know where I'm going to end up, which could be good or bad because I'm spreading myself thin. But like I'm open to anything as long as I'm able to be creative and make an impact somehow.
Fantastic. Yes, I almost forgot. Tell me a little bit about your roots right here. Deeply embedded in Grenada.
Right. You probably noticed that I have more of like an American accent because I have, because I've been to college there for the past 6 years, but I did grow up here. I went to middle school here and high school, so for 10 years I've been here. And my grandparents are from Grenada. So that's where like my roots are, from down here.
Which part of Grenada, Monique?
I think it's like Monjaloo.
Monjaloo. Okay.
Yes, around that area.
It's within the St. George
Yes.
area.
Yep, and my mom's also from Carriacou, so.
Yes. Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. And hi, Dad, especially Mr. Blaize, because I know Mr. Blaize is adamant. You know, he's like, got to get my girl on, and I'm like, yeah, we got to get her on. You know.
Oh yeah, Dad.
I think one of our our cameraman wants to find out who Blaize, right? Should we tell them who your dad is?
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Blaize, the owner of the computer store on Wall Street. We call it Wall Street now. So if you want to pop in, say hi to Mr. Blaize and you know, hey, support Monique's work by, you know, maybe making a purchase or two.
Yep, all my work's in there. My dad
Right
has
in
my
there.
business cards. I have a comic book that I wrote too. So yeah, I can talk to my dad
Everything
about
is right
that.
there. What about finding your information or your work online, Monique? How can folks do that?
My website is Sakura02. It's SAKURA02.net.
Right.
Yes.
And they'll just get access to the site and
There's a lot of things
Samples
on
of
there.
all-
I
yeah,
have
there's a lot of
comics, I have
things.
some games I did by myself on there too, and my gallery, and I'm open for freelance work, anything like that. If you want to check it out.
How long are you going to be in Grenada for, Monique?
Oh, very short time. I'm leaving, like, I think the 15th of September.
So I caught you just in the nick of time. Good. Very good. Well, keep up the good work.
Thank you so
keep
much.
inspiring our youth who, you know, who figure, well, you know, maybe this is not the right thing. Maybe I don't know if there's a future in this.
There's a lot of options out there.
That's right.
You
There
just
is a
have to
future.
realize which one you can use, like especially like in entertainment, which I want to talk about briefly. For example, comics, books, like illustrations. Like you go in a store, like all these people need artists to do these things, like cute notebooks, things like that. You know, think of like a business way to, you know, make your art do something, you know, in society. So,
That's
but don't
right.
give up.
Not at all. Well said. It was a pleasure having you here again, Monique.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Folks, I've been chatting with artist Monique Blaize. Don't forget to check out more of her work. You can pop into the computer store located on Wall Street right out the road, and learn all that you can from her website as well, sakura02.net.